Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be all about the brand new Natasha Denona tan palette that has just arrived through my letterbox this morning. So we're going to be sharing swatches, a look, all of my initial thoughts on this latest palette from Natasha Denona. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so here we have the Natasha Denona tan palette, named after her previous cheek palette, her bronze and highlighter quad. The tan eyeshadow palette is here, and this is described as a warm neutral palette, perfect toasty shades for summer. This will set you back £67 or $72, and it features 14 brand new shades and only one repeat shade, which is Soft Spot that we previously saw in the I Need a Warm palette. It features 3 creamy mattes, 3 slip cream mattes, 6 metallics and 3 sparkling foils. Let's take a look at them swatched. We have Sandal, which is a cream matte medium caramel. Burnt, which is a sparkling foiled light medium pale copper. Brook, which is a sparkling foiled medium brown. Villa, which is a metallic light warm icy nude. Kissed, which is a metallic satin medium caramel. Lazy, which is a matte light medium sandy nude. Dip, which is a cream matte coffee bean brown. Spritz, which is a sparkling wet metallic medium brass. Daydream, which is a metallic satin medium dark brown. Serene, which is a sparkling foiled medium rusty nude. Soft Spot, which is the only repeat shade in the whole palette, and this is a matte medium sandy brown. Celeste, which is a metal gloss light icy beige. Paddle, which is a matte light medium neutral nude. Toasted, which is a metallic medium toasty brown. And Glide, which is a cream matte medium dark toasty brown. Now, if you are brand new to Natasha Denona's palettes, not just these MIDI palettes, but any of Natasha Denona's palettes, 2 things to note. They are very beginner and user friendly. Natasha designs all of her palettes to work in rows, to take all of the thinking, the thought, the design, the artistry out of our brains for those of us who struggle with these things, and she lays out her palettes so that the work is done for you. So any row, horizontal, vertical, any quad, any diagonal combination is designed to work beautifully together without you having to worry about what shade goes with what. So I love that touch from the brand, really, really helpful. The other thing to note is that we have these little holes on the back. So all of her palettes have these, and that helps you to pop out the pans so that you can make your own custom palette, mix and match, take some shades from one, add them into another, and use them however you'd like. So that's just a couple of useful things to be aware of if you're kind of new to the brand or new to her eyeshadow palettes specifically. I absolutely love this packaging. It suits the color story so well. It looks beautiful, seamless, effortless. It makes sense with the theme, and it has her standard quality that we expect from these MIDI palettes. A stand-up palette that you can take and travel with, really nice quality packaging, really nice quality mirror, shade names listed there for you, lots of great touches. I just find these MIDI palettes are just perfect for everyday use, especially when we look at this color story for myself and my preferences particularly. So let's dive into a demo and see how this shadow performs on these eyeballs right here. Okay, so diving into the demo, I thought I would also use the brand new stunning Alpine series eyeshadow brushes or eyeshadow set from Sonia G, so we can kind of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So these are kind of all sort of blending type of brushes, various different densities and shapes, but there isn't like a lid packing shade, so I do have a few other Sonia brushes to deal with the shimmers and the lid shades, because this is more of like a blending, diffusing set. But I'm very excited to try these because they look stunning, and I'm a big fan of Sonia's blending brushes because they're so light and airy, and I love that sort of diffused wash effect that they give us. So I'm going to start off with the shade Paddle. I'm really tempted to go into Soft Spot, but I do want to use as many shades in here that we haven't seen before, and of course we are already familiar with Soft Spot. That was in the I Need a Warm palette, so we don't need to see that one in action, but you know, it's in there for a reason because it really is like the perfect transitional shade. Paddle is a hair lighter, so it's going to be ideal if Soft Spot, say you have a really fair skin tone and Soft Spot is just a little less diffused on you, then this is like the perfect lighter shade. I think Soft Spot for me is a better sort of perfect starter shade. This one is just a hair light but blending beautifully and such a gorgeous undertone. I think, you know, a lot of people saw this palette and were like, if you are not like a neutrals person, you're probably thinking this is so boring, and we've seen, you know, neutrals many times, and we have, but there's such nuance to neutral shades. And this, for me, when I saw this, I almost fell out of my chair because this is the sweet spot for me of neutrals. It's not cool, which I'm not especially drawn to, and it's not overly warm. It's the perfect combination of transitional mattes, stunning shimmers in all different tones. It's one of those like it's either for you or it's not, and it is very definitely for me. Next, I think I'm going to go into Sandal, which is this slightly richer shade in the top, and I've already dropped the ball. I was using the Alpine 8 and I'm just switching now to the slightly smaller Alpine 7 to go into the crease. I'm absolutely in heaven with this palette, honestly. As soon as I saw it, I mean, I know that Natasha's formulas are exceptional. I love her mattes. I have felt she has incredible shimmer formulas, but I feel like she's not been including her best, like creme de la creme, the best she has to offer in these midi palettes. The last few times we've been getting slightly more subtle shimmers, and I don't know who told Natasha that that's what we wanted, but we don't. Please give us back like the absolute tippity top that we saw in the Glam face and eye palettes. That for me was like the peak of Natasha Denona's shimmers, and we've rarely seen that level of like foiled finish from her since, so I'm really excited to see like that amount of impact back in here in several options. We've got some softer metallics as well, which is fine, like a little bit of light and shade, but give us at least a couple of those absolute out of this world shimmers, because Pat has also started depriving us of her tippity top foiled shadows, so please stop taking them away from us. I don't know who gave these brands that memo, but it wasn't me. Yep, I mean, I don't know, we wouldn't be surprised that Natasha's mattes are gorgeous and blend really beautifully. Moving on. So I'm just going to use my Sonia T2 and I'm going to dip into the Lazy shade and just tap a little bit of that onto the brow. I think on me, I don't know if I would say this is a highlighting shade. It's probably, maybe it's like a hair lighter than my skin tone. So it's slightly giving me a very subtle lift to the brow. So if you have a fair skin tone, I don't think that shade is going to really brighten your brow. It may be a great like priming shade or setting shade if you've used concealer or an eyeshadow primer that you want to set. It's going to be more so like skin tone on a fair to light medium skin tone. For me, it's slightly brightening. Anyone with a more tanned and deeper skin tone, that will be a nice brightening shade. I'm gonna use that same brush now, the T2, and now I have a choice to make. I have to choose between these shimmers and it's like impossible. Sophie's choice. Let's go with this shade up here, which is Burnt. Oh my goodness. I put that almost on the handle of the brush there accidentally, but we're going with it. Oh, that's so pretty. I was almost sort of looking at this one in the pan. Is this going to be one of the more subtle shadows it's not, it's stunning. I'm not yet feeling fallout. I'm sure there will be some, you know, these are very heavily like foiled shades. You should expect there to be a little fallout. So far, I haven't felt rain dusting, you know, down on my cheeks, which is a great sign. It's not too crazy. Okay, and then I'm switching over to Celeste and my Sonia Builder S. Oh my God, my fan is trying to make my eyes cry. I'm in quite the predicament today, guys. I'm sure you've all been there. I have my period, so I have a hot water bottle strapped to my body because I'm in agony. Otherwise I'll pass out. But it's also boiling hot, so I've also got a fan going. Happy 40th. Oh my God. So I'm just going back to the Alpine 7 and I'm going to take a little of Glide, which is this shade down here, and I'm just going to blend these outer edges and deepen that up a little. I think that's probably a slightly cooler neutral matte than the others I've used so far. So God, I can feel that this brush has got damp from my tears, but that's fine. She's coping. Do you know, I'm barely seeing. Maybe I can make out 3 flecks under the eye. Doing this sort of reveals itself slightly more. A few specks of glitter fall out there, really not much to write home about whatsoever from such shimmery shadows, so ideal. I'm going to use my Alpine 6 now, and I will dippity doodah a little bit into Soft Spot, just to remind ourselves. When it comes to lower lash line, yeah, she is, like I said, the repeat shade for a reason, because if you have a perfect shade for a job, you know, why not include it? We don't want to see lots of repeats, but this is a repeat that I'm okay with because it's just the perfect shade. I'm feeling cheeky today, like I almost must put another shade right in the inner corner there. Not that it really needs it, but you know, while we're here, while we're doing things, let's do as many things as we can. So I'm going to try Villa in that, right in the inner corner. Yes, perfect. Just what I was looking for, wet looking. Shine, hide the tears. I mean, I'm not crying, I just want to be clear, it's the fan. Okay, yet. There's still time. It's only Tuesday. Okay, so here is the finished look before mascara. This is just my lane. Okay, this is right up my street. These everyday wearable shades, the exact sweet spot of neutral, not too warm, not too cool. So many pretty transitional mattes, so many stunning shimmers. She hasn't left us wanting more with these shimmer formulas. This time we've got the kapow that, for me, that I've really been missing from Natasha Denona, that we used to get so much impact and just incredible off the chart shimmers, and she's dialed it back a little in the last few palettes. This is what I love from the brand. Stunning. Let me do mascara and we'll be back for a close-up. Okay, so I've just done a quick coat of my Hourglass mascara just to show you the finished look with mascara. Don't ask what's going on here, okay? I just shoved it back to be out of the way. It's not finished, I promise you. And this is what we look like with mascara on, and I'm just in heaven. I can't wait to play with this more. I feel like this is really going to become like my everyday palette. I think this has a high chance of becoming my new all-time favourite from Natasha Denona. She has stiff competition from herself, but I think this is just the sweet spot for me with the tones. Just stunning. Okay, so there you have it. We've had swatches, a look, and some info about this palette. Here are my initial thoughts. As soon as I saw this colour story from Natasha Denona, I knew I would be head over heels for it. I know Natasha Denona's formulas are always going to be solid. The one question mark for me is, has she finally given us back the real over-the-top crystallized metallic level that we previously got from her but have kind of been missing a little lately? And the answer for me is absolutely yes. We've got several full steam ahead impactful shimmers in here that we've been crying out for. This, just as soon as I saw it, I thought this is the sweet spot for me, kind of in between the I Need a Warm and the I Need a Nude. We've now got sort of the perfect middle ground, a perfect neutral, toasty, exactly as described colour story, and that is just my absolute perfection for me. I feel like it's so flattering, so easy to use, so versatile. I would wear every shadow in here. There's nothing that's not wearable every single day of my life, and the formulas, as we expect from Natasha Denona, are just very, very solid. Beautiful, creamy, blendable mattes, impactful shimmers. Yes, we do have some levels of shimmer in here, which I do appreciate, but we haven't missed off the top, the creme de la creme, the peak of impact, which we have kind of missed out on the last few palettes. I'm in heaven. I can't wait to wear this non-stop for the next 6 months, because I'm sure that's what's going to be happening. I'm head over heels in love with her. So it is a really stunning, beautiful palette. It appears to be, like the vast majority of Natasha Denona's midi palettes, permanent. I don't see anywhere it's saying that it's limited edition. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So do remember, we don't need to panic buy this. If it is limited edition, Natasha Denona's limited editions tend to be very, very long term. Limited editions, this isn't going to sell out tomorrow. Okay, we can all calm down and hold our horses. Yes, it's a stunning, beautiful palette and I'm really, really loving it. But we do have other neutral palettes. We do have them from Natasha Denona. So it's not something that you must immediately run out and buy. It's not something that you probably have never seen before. It is just something that I really enjoy, and it's right up my street for neutrals. Not going to be the case for everybody. A lot of people will just be saying this is boring. I have this already, and that's also allowed as an opinion, okay? I am just like the queen of boring everyday makeup. That's my thing. What floats my boat, what tickles my pickle. It's okay to pass on this. It's okay to wait for a sale. It's okay for it to not be for you. Each to their own. That's what's beautiful about makeup and life while we're at it. But please let me know all of your thoughts on this palette. Are you, like me, a die-hard neutrals kind of person, or is this just like the anti of everything that you would want or need when it comes to an eyeshadow palette? Please let me know of your thoughts in the comment section down below. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.